All right, welcome aspirants. If you're gearing up for your finance or banking exams, you absolutely know that AI is the topic everyone's talking about. So today, we're going to dive right into the RBI's massive report on AI and finance. It is jam-packed with concepts and data you need to know. And don't worry, we're going to break it all down so you're completely exam ready. So here's our game plan. We're going to follow the report's structure, which is super logical. We'll start with a quick history of AI, then look at the good and the bad in finance, see where India fits in, and then the main event, the RBI's brand new framework and all its recommendations. And stick around because we'll wrap it all up with a super focused summary perfect for that last-minute revision. Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, AI's Journey into Finance. To really get why the RBI is paying so much attention to AI right now, we've got to go back and see how it went from just an idea to a total game changer in the world of finance. It's so easy to think AI just popped up out of nowhere, right? But the truth is, it's been cooking for decades. I mean, look at this timeline. But what's really changed everything is the insane speed up we've seen since 2022, all thanks to generative AI. That boom, that's exactly why regulators like the RBI are jumping in and taking a very, very close look. So, what's got everyone's attention? Well, follow the money. The economic potential here is just staggering. We're talking about an estimated $200 to $340 billion in annual value that generative AI could pump into the global banking sector. I mean, with numbers like that, it's no wonder every financial institution and regulator is sitting up and paying attention. You just can't ignore it. All right, so we've established AI is this super powerful, incredibly valuable technology. But, and this is a big but, the RBI report is very clear that it's a double-edged sword. And for your exam, this is absolutely crucial. You have to understand both sides of this coin, the incredible opportunities and, of course, the very real risks. Okay, so let's look at this tale of two sides. On one hand, you've got these amazing opportunities. AI could bring millions of people into the formal financial system, which is huge, and it can make our banks way more efficient. But then there's the other side, the risks. We're talking about black box models where we don't even know how they're making decisions, which can lead to serious bias. And then you have cybersecurity nightmares like data poisoning. These things could seriously undermine the trust and stability of our whole financial system. Okay, exam takers, pen down this term, autonomous AI systems. This is a key piece of jargon from the report, and you need to know it. Why? Because this marks a massive shift. We're moving beyond AI that just automates boring tasks. Now we're talking about AI systems that automate complex decisions all by themselves, with minimal human say-so. And that has gigantic implications for who's responsible when things go wrong. So for your exam, you'll want to have these 4 key risk categories memorized. Let's break them down. First, you've got model risk. That's the whole black box problem and AI hallucinating facts. Second, financial stability risk. Think about AIs causing a market panic, like the flash crash back in 2010. Third, cybersecurity risk, which is getting scarier with AI-powered deepfakes and phishing. And finally, third-party risk. This is about becoming too dependent on just a handful of big tech companies for our AI. Okay, so with all these opportunities and risks swirling around the globe, the big question is, where does India stand in all of this? How are we approaching it? Let's take a look at the policy landscape here at home. Now, this is a super important piece of data, and it comes directly from an RBI survey. Take a look. It shows that AI adoption in India's financial sector is, it's still pretty low. Only about 20.8%. Roughly 1 in 5 are actually using or developing AI right now. That tells you we're really at the beginning of this journey. So you might be asking, why is the adoption rate so low? Well, the survey gives us the answer, and it's these top 3 barriers. Number 1, the AI talent gap. We just don't have enough skilled people. Number 2, the cost of getting these systems up and running is really high. And number 3, there's a lack of good, clean, high-quality data to train these AIs on. And these are the exact problems the RBI's new framework is designed to tackle. And that brings us to the absolute core of this report. This is the part you really need to focus on for your exams. We're talking about the RBI's big solution, the free AI framework. If you remember one single word from this entire framework, make it this one: trust. The report hammers this home again and again. Without trust, from you, from me, from regulators, from the banks themselves, this whole AI and finance thing is just not going to work. It's the bedrock. Everything else we're about to talk about is built right on top of this idea. All right, so here it is, the big acronym you have to remember, FREE AI. And you absolutely need to know the full form. It stands for Framework for Responsible and Ethical Enablement of Artificial Intelligence. That name tells you everything, doesn't it? It's all about finding that perfect balance between enabling AI innovation while also keeping the risks under control. So, how does the framework actually work? Well, it's guided by these 7 core principles, which the report beautifully calls the 7 Sutras. Think of them as the timeless guiding lights for anyone working with AI in finance. They cover the whole spectrum, from trust and fairness all the way to safety and accountability. Okay, here's a little exam hack for you, a mnemonic to help you remember all 7 of these sutras. Just remember this sentence: trust people in finance and understand safety. Simple, right? TPIFAUS. That'll lock in trust, people first, innovation, fairness, accountability, understandable, and safety. You're welcome. Now, the framework itself is beautifully balanced. It's really 2 halves of a whole. On one side, you have innovation enablement. This is all about pushing things forward. Its 3 pillars are infrastructure, policy, and capacity. On the other side, you have risk mitigation, which is all about playing it safe. Its pillars are governance, protection, and assurance. So you've got 3 pillars to build up innovation and 3 pillars to manage the risks. Perfectly balanced. Okay, so we have the principles and the pillars. Now let's see how they get turned into actual concrete actions. The report lays out 26 recommendations, but don't worry, we're going to zoom in on the most important ones you need to know. So, to get the innovation engine running, the committee is suggesting some really cool concrete stuff. First, an AI innovation sandbox, basically a safe playground for companies to test out their new AI ideas. Second, a huge funding boost, a corpus of 5,000 crore rupees for shared data and computing power. They're also pushing for building our own indigenous, made-in-India AI models. And finally, this really exciting idea called DPI 2.0. Think of it as taking our amazing UPI system and making it even smarter with AI. And what about the other side, managing risk? Well, the focus here is all on strong governance from within. So, for example, every single bank and financial institution would have to have a formal, board-approved AI policy. They'd also need to do regular red teaming. That's a cool term for basically hiring ethical hackers to try and break your own AI systems to find the weaknesses first. Plus, a system for reporting when things go wrong, without fear of immediate punishment, to encourage everyone to be honest and transparent. All right, we've covered a lot of ground, so let's pull it all together into one final super dense slide. Seriously, if you're going to screenshot anything, make it this one. This is your ultimate revision guide. Okay, let's lock this in. What's the framework called? Free AI. Remember the full form. What's the cornerstone? Trust. What are the 7 sutras? Remember our mnemonic, TPIFAUS. How many pillars? 6 in total. 3 for innovation, 3 for risk. The key data points you need, that 20.8% AI adoption rate, and the proposed 5,000 crore fund. And finally, the key concepts, DPI 2.0, red teaming, and the AI innovation sandbox. The core goal of all this? To perfectly balance innovation with risk mitigation. This slide, this is your exam cheat sheet. And this quote from the report itself just sums it all up perfectly, doesn't it? The challenge with regulating AI is in striking the right balance. It's not about banning AI or holding it back. It's all about making sure we get all the incredible benefits while keeping a handle on the risks. So there you have it. The free AI framework is a really clear, really ambitious roadmap. But of course, a plan is only as good as its execution. And it leaves us with this huge question. If we can pull this off, can this framework actually make India a world leader in responsible, inclusive fintech? That's the billion-dollar question. For now, that's all for me. Best of luck with your preparation.